How's it going, everybody? This is Shane, and I'm here to give you another episode review and recap of Spy Family. Today's episode is episode 10, The Great Dodgeball Plan. If I seem exasperated, it's because this is my multiple time of doing this video. But don't worry, I'm going to give you all of the hype that I gave in the other recordings, but I got a plan. This plan includes you. See, in this plan, I need you to give me a like, give me a comment, hit the subscribe button, and of course hit the notification bell to be notified of more videos just like this. Boy, oh boy. So, one thing I do like about looking forward to this show is that I don't even have to wonder what happened last episode. Like I can, that is the mark of a good show when you can remember last week's episode and just keep rolling into it. And yeah, but like I mentioned in the other videos that you won't see, this show kind of it's a great comedy, action comedy, and now it's made very apparent that there are human beings in the show that are not typical humans at all. And yeah, we'll get right on into it. So let us begin. Which I need to go back in my notes because I don't remember where I began. Yes, episode begins with Henderson, Mr. Elegant Man. He's jogging, salutes the statue, showers, does everything. He's ready for the day, makes some tea, has another teacher come in, and they have a talk about, this, he hasn't taught in a long time, but Henderson really believes in this junk, right? He believes in this stuff. He says, our young students come in elegant and brilliant so they can continue the elegance of our country, especially the elementary students. He's teaching elementary, right? And the guy goes, well, I heard that you even gave a student a bolt on the first day. And we get a flashback, of course, of the Anya punch, which I kind of call the Naruto punch because it gave Damian kind of a change. Actually, it didn't change his attitude, just made him recluse into his feelings. But the Anya punch worked, right? Because it actually knocked him on his ass. Anyway, he says to himself, well, it's a rare occurrence in our school, but you know what? I do what needs to be done. You reward good deeds, you punish bad ones, right? Which, the world's not necessarily so black and white. I hope that that is reflected somewhere in this show, which even Mr. Henderson, he has shown that, right? He believes in justice, but I don't know if he's broken the whole black and white view. Like, some bad deeds are done so that good things can happen. I hate to say it like that, but like a mother stealing milk so she can feed her family. It's bad to steal, but you're stealing for a good reason. Anyway, it's time to start the day. All the blinds go up after the alarm goes off. I guess him and the teacher woke up very early. And now we have, what is his name? We have Damian. Damian, he's looking at the entry photo among all these trophies. There's trophies everywhere in this damn school. And it's just him by himself. Everybody else has their family there. And even his Rat Pack group come up and they're like, hey, this is your brother, right? And they look for more photos. They're praising Damian. They're going like, oh, you're going to get these book, not the books. You're going to get the Stella Stars really quickly. If your brother did it, you do it. Your brother's great, blah, 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 kissing his butt. But they don't realize the pressure that he's feeling. Because now, all people talk about is his brother, right? He has to live up to it. This is very much an Eastern thing, a Southeast Asian thing, where, if your brother was great and your father was great, obviously you're gonna be great, right? Like, there's no way you're gonna fail. You're gonna do amazing. And I'm not saying that's not a thing in the West, but when you think about it, there's a lot of times where we use Michael Jordan for example. When you say, "Oh man, you're Michael Jordan's kid," obviously you're gonna be great at basketball. You're gonna do fine. Not necessarily the case, but they think to themselves, no one, at least over here, at least in my experience, in the West, no one really goes, oh man, your dad did great. You're definitely going to do great next. But especially in terms of like reaching the same achievements. Usually it's, oh, your dad was a good guy. I liked him. That's it. That's it. But in this, so much pressure being placed upon this kid. And of course, they bring up that today is the day, well, not today, but soon, I think it's this week, is going to be this dodgeball game. And apparently, the star person, the MVP, is going to get a Stella Star. And that's Damian's goal. He's going to get the Stella Star. Well, Mr. Elegant, he's listening to music, classical music, reading, and it's time for him to go and teach these little rugrats. And as he gets into the classroom, Damian is picking on Anya. Anya's like, I didn't do anything. Why are you messing with me? And they're all, of course, him and his rat pack are mean to her. And Becky stands up for her. Becky's like, you shouldn't be talking to girls like this. And Anya calls him a shithead, which, thank you, Anya. Thank you. And of course, Mr. Henderson's just like in total shock. All he can say is elegant because he is a funny Pokemon man. And Anya gets home. When Anya gets home, she tells her father about apparently there's going to be a dodgeball game and the top person's going to get a Stella Star. And even Loid's like, it doesn't really sound right. But he's happy she's motivated, right? Yor's going to train her. And when Loid asks Yor about, her having any athletic prowess, she says, oh yeah, I taught my brother how to catch and all that other stuff. Thinking in her head, I can't tell him how I rip apart people and toss them on a daily basis. And so Anya's all for this. They're going to train, which they do. Anya does the deadly, what is it called? The death. I'm just going to roll through here. Death defying sit ups. Anya has a hard time doing sit ups. Don't make fun of her. A lot of us do. Probably even you. She's doing running and jogging. Falls on the ground. A dog puts his arm on her. It's pretty darn funny. They do the visualizing technique where something you've even seen Dragon Ball, where you're visualizing what's going on. It's meditative. And Loid comes in. He's like, this really don't seem like training, but I'm going to let Yor do her thing. Walks out. Anya's asleep. And Yor's like, wake up, Anya. Just adorable. We now have Anya training under a waterfall. She's actually just in the shower with the water running over her head. And we get a Rocky reference with running up the steps and just she's gonna catch a star, and I love that attitude. So, where am I at here? So she has a name for her killer move. Her mother even taught her how to throw the ball, which when she threw it, Yor hit several trees and destroyed them, making them fall over. So yeah. Again, freakishly strong. So it's the day of the whole thing. Anya puts on her Ryu headband. It's time to go. Obviously, the shitheads come in, and when Anya sees them, she's like, "Oh, it's the second son. Me being friends with him could help Papa's mission. He's always mean to me, and it makes me not want to talk to him." And Damien's like, "Oh, you're just gonna ignore me? Well, whatever." And he's thinking to himself, he's like, "You know what, you little runt, doesn't matter." And Anya's like, "Runt." I do think Anya's at least a year or two younger than everyone in here. But he's thinking he has to get a Stella Star so his father would notice him. And Anya has shown that she's very emotionally aware and situationally aware. She may not be book smart, she may be a little bit slow, but she's like 5 or 6. Who would expect her to not be kind of book slow? But she can definitely understand emotions and what people are going through. So now Mr. Henderson is taking over for the PE class because the guy Bobby is sick. I cannot believe I'm remembering non-existent side characters' names. But anyway, so he's like, time for us to play like gentlemen and ladies elegantly. And Damian and the boys, they're ready for it. They apparently the night before they got intel on the next class, and he knows who he needs to take out. He throws that ball, and a grown-ass man catches it. It's a 6-year-old named Bill. A 6-year-old that looks like he's about 5'3". I say this because we do see his father later. You give me 1 second. And his name is Bazooka Bill. Even Becky's like, there's no way he's the same age as we are. Dude has muscles. He is wide ass shoulders. He is ready to go. Apparently he's been in several major dodgeball tournaments in kindergarten, and Becky and I had the same reaction. There are kindergarten dodgeball tournaments. Okay, so they're focusing on this guy, and he's just like, yeah, I can do this easily. He has like radar kind of thing. He throws the ball, doesn't hit the Rat Pack crew, hits four other people, and catches it again. And we get flashbacks of him training, him throwing the ball at gun range targets, destroying them. He has a little special technique where he's like pushes it into his chest, does a Hadouken that bent a light pole, and his father shows up. His father is taller than him. His dad is here. He is here, and the normal kids are down here. And it just sounds so weird to hear this deep voice, grown man that's supposed to be a kid, go, Daddy, hey, Daddy, Daddy. Gives him a hug, pats his son on the head, and goes, yeah, you'll not only be the star in all the sports, you're going to be the star in the army when you get older. Oh, yeah, get them Stella Stars, son. And he's just salutes his father, which is, all right. So he's like, it's already a foregone conclusion, I'm going to win. And this has just turned into a full-blown sports manga / anime. That is how crazy this is. And Becky's like, this dude's going to destroy us. And he's like, don't worry, I'll hold back on you women. Because he threw the ball again and hit a bunch of people. And Becky's like, you know what? Somehow this still pisses me off. And when she throws it, catches it, bops her on the head and catches it again. So Damian says, there's one thing you don't realize. You cannot win dodgeball by yourself. So him and his boys, they're going to do combination moves. They even do a cool, kip up for him to throw it. Dude catches it. Doesn't matter. Tosses it again, knocks out other people. Damian thinks about the training they went through when they climbed a mountain and the fat rat face boy fell, but they were actually climbing the jungle gym. And Damian was on Planet Namek from Dragon Ball, catching a purple attack. It was actually just a giant tire swing. Very good references, very funny moments, enough to make me go, what is going on here? And Becky's also one of my favorite characters because Becky is a good straight man, a good character that's supposed to kind of be the viewer, because even her and I are having the same reaction, like, what is going on here? This does not feel like a normal dodgeball game. And so the boys do another team attack called the shadow attack, where they move up and down, then Damian throws it. Dude's like, I'll show you a real shadow clone move, and does the press ball to his chest and Hadoukens it. And before he can hit Damian, the rat face fat boy jumps over. Yeah, I'm going to keep calling him names like that because they are a-holes. And you know what? Some people grow up a-holes and they're just a-holes. I have a feeling that these stuffy shirt kids are just going to be a-holes. Maybe not Damian, but we'll get to that in a second. Takes the hit. I think his name's L, the fat rat face kid. And Conehead kid, I think his name's Ewan. These idiots acting like it's war and he got shot. And they both get taken out. And Damian's like, it doesn't matter if anybody else gets taken out as long as I stand and I'm supreme. And Anya thinks, second son really is a shithead. Yes, he is, Anya. Yes, he is. So Bazooka Bill is like, I'm going to take her out next. He's going to take out our cute cherry blossom, Anya. And he's like, I'll hit her in the legs. And she jumps before he throws the ball, and it misses her. He's like, that was weird. I'm going to hit her in the right arm. She turns to the side. I'll hit her in the left arm. She raises her arm. He's like, how is she dodging all of my attacks? And when Damian gives her a compliment, she gives the troll smiling face. That's the face that she has to force herself to smile. Very funny. I call it the shit-eating grin. And Henderson is thinking, he's like, oh yes, dodgeball. It's all about moving and dodging and not being hit by your opponent's attacks. And he gets on one knee. He says her evasion is elegant. And even Becky can't hear his thoughts, but she's looking like, what is going on here? So now the guy is just Bill, and he has shouted die a couple times. When he throws like, shit, just die. And someone on the outside threw it. They can tell Anya, watch out. So Anya drops down. She can't get up in time. This dude's gonna roll this ball into her face. And Damian's like, she got herself in this situation. Doesn't matter to me. Dude gets in the way. And it's like Piccolo saving Gohan, where he's just holding the ball to his chest. And of course he's out because he didn't catch it and he's hit. And Anya goes, "Are you actually a good guy?" He's like, "No, I just thought I got tired of them taking out our players, so I was gonna catch it." Is all. Amazing. And so Anya goes, "Second son, your your death will not be in vain." He's like, "I didn't die," and so she's gonna finally unleash her killer shot. You know, the last lesson her mother taught her was to throw the ball as light as an arrow. We see your throwing it, leg in the air. This is where her leg is, parallel to her body. She can do the eye pose. Throws the ball, and it's a light beam. And so Anya's ready. She's like, "It's time for my killer shot, the star catch arrow." And even in the first video, you can see that I wrote it down here. I am going to put that in one of my writings as a special move, because that is a cool name. And even, square jaw, super tall Bazooka Bill kind of steps back and gets behind, his side by side with his team. And it's so funny because Aya's trying to say the same words. She's talking about, "I move my whittle hands and I whittle this and whatever." It's just it's time to do the move. She gets in position and throws it straight down, and it go poink, 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 catches, throws it, and she's out. And so they win the game. The kids mention, "Yeah, Bill, you get the Stella Star." And Henderson goes, "Why would we give a Stella Star for a mere dodgeball game? For one mere dodgeball game?" He's like, "But on the other hand, you shouted ugly, unsightly things like 'die' to your opponents. That's worthy of Trinitas Bolt." "Yeah, you tell him, Henderson." And then he thinks to himself in his mind, he's like, although two students that were at odds at each other came together to take on a bigger threat, that would definitely be worthy of a Stella. And Damian comes up to Anya. He yells at her. He's like, "How could you not know how to throw? You're so stupid, you runt." And she goes, "I don't like you. I actually don't like you." Of course, Becky comes up and is like, "You shouldn't be talking to girls like this, to the Rat Pack." And even Henderson goes, maybe I was wrong about that. And we get the funniest moment of Anya going, "Everything Mama teaches me is useless." Not true. You're just bad at what she teaches you. Anya's my favorite character, but I call it spade a spade. She's just bad at it. And that's the end of the episode. Next episode, Anya's trying to do something. We get Yor hugging Anya. We get a bunch of things happening. The title of the episode is Stella, so she's trying to get a star. But I said in my last video that had to be deleted that this episode is right up there with the Loid Man episode. This episode is right up there. I think it is legitimately either my second or third favorite episode. First favorite episode was Loid Man, by far. This is right up there. Just astounding. The references, not being afraid, literally drew Planet Namek in a purple ball. Unbelievable. Just not afraid to be funny about it. Not afraid to make fun of the sports mangas where everything gets super serious. I love Prince of Tennis, by the way. This gave me heavy Prince of Tennis vibes. Love this episode. 5 out of 5 for me. Absolutely amazing. If I were able to just show people, like, you want to know what this show is about? Here, you're talking about Papa's mission. You see that Yor is actually freakishly strong, and then you get the feeling that there are other weirdos out here, because not only can Anya read minds, there's a dude named Bazooka Bill who has a deep man voice and kills people with dodgeballs, essentially. Wow. But yes, 5 out of 5. Adored this episode. I definitely want to know what you guys thought of the episode. Don't forget to let me know in the comment section down below. Please. It's part of the mission. We're trying to get 1,000 subscribers here, so don't forget to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified of more videos just like this. As always, be free to share the video so others can see what a great time we're having. I love this show. I love the show. It's very apparent I love this show. So, thank you for taking some time out to spend some time with me. Be good, be blessed, wash your hands, wear a mask, be safe out there, everybody. Be good to yourself, be good to others. Either way it goes, don't be a jerk. Don't be a Damian, alright? Even though I actually feel sorry for the kid. We see where the frustration lies. Abandonment and heavy pressure being placed upon him. Still no excuse. Still no excuse. That's why I say, don't be a jerk. Other people can be going through some things too. But you know what, guys? I will definitely catch up with you guys next time. I can't wait for more episodes to be like this. When we do our season break, I can't wait to say what my top 5 episodes were. Just, I'll see you guys next time.